I'm here. What's up, everybody? Let's give it about a minute. Just kind of sending out the alert to Telegram group. Links in the description if you're not already in there. Like and subscribe. Thank you all for joining. Thank you. I'm Keith Cook. Today we're going over the cryptocurrency market again. Be ready in just about a minute. Alright, almost ready. Just gotta send out a tweet, and then we can start with the news and get into the charts. Follow me on Twitter at thequadfather88. Links in the description. Hope everyone's doing good. Where's everybody from, if anyone's in here? Start, getting the chat going. Like, subscribe, good for the algorithm. All that good stuff. Yeah, see, I'm not really super prepared, but that's alright. We can wing it. I do got plenty of news lined up for you guys, and I got some charts. I got lots of good stuff going. Hopefully we can get some people in here. Hopefully. If not, it's all good. Hopefully people. We'll see what's up. Live on YouTube. Crypto. Alright. Done fiddling on my phone. How's everyone doing? Let's jump it right into the news. So it seems a third of Salvadorans have actively been using the Chivo wallet, which is good. That's the Lightning wallet. I believe they gave like every citizen that downloaded it like $30 each. Good incentive to start using the Lightning Network and Bitcoin. So now El Salvador is one of the first countries to put that on their books as the national currency. The state-issued Chivo wallet launched in early September as El Salvador officially recognized Bitcoin as legal tender, a landmark move that could offer an important case study for other countries in the region. Chivo enables individuals and businesses to send and receive payments in Bitcoin or dollars from anywhere in the world. The wallet is available on both Android and Apple devices. So this is just, if you think about it, as long as you have a smartphone with internet capability, you have a bank in your pocket. Just like a bank account, you can send and receive payments to anyone, anywhere, with much lower fees. So that's like really good adoption news that we got going on right there. Let's move on. Crypto has recovered from China's FUD over a dozen times in the last 12 years. Would you look at that? So let's talk about anti-fragility in Bitcoin a little bit. So the idea with anti-fragility is the more you attack it, the stronger it gets. All right, so what do I mean by that? Every time Bitcoin gets hit with this type of news, it gets stronger and stronger. And you'll be able to see that in the charts when I get into that a little bit farther on, with rising lower highs over time. So you can see the first Bitcoin ban was in 2013. Chinese financial institutions were banned from handling Bitcoin transactions and called crypto a currency without real meaning. Moving on to 2014, fake ban threats plagued. All right, so in March, a fake news story published on the Sina Weibo website claimed China's central bank planned to stop all Bitcoin transactions in the country starting in under a month. While the report turned out to be nonsense, it didn't stop Bitcoin's price from cascading. Oftentimes, a lot of price is based on expectations and not, actual, anything real. At roughly the same time, China-based crypto exchange FXBTC said it would close its doors amid threats from regulators to ban exchanges. That sent Bitcoin falling from $709 to as low as $346. After that, it did recover in short order and was back to above 600. In 2016, Chinese exchange hack briefly tanked prices. This wasn't directly controlled by China, but a major Hong Kong exchange base. Bitfinex was the victim of one of the largest hacks in 2016. Attackers stole roughly 119,756 Bitcoin. Holy shit. Worth more than $5 billion at the time of publication. And some of the funds are still being tracked to this day. It's a public ledger, so contrary to belief, some people think that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is just used for buying and selling drugs on the darknet. Terrible idea. It's a public ledger. Anyone and everyone can see not just your wallet, but everyone's wallet, and where the Bitcoin has started from, where it's been, where it's going. So if you are engaged in illegal activities, Bitcoin is not the crypto for you. In 2017, China dropped crypto-related bans twice in a single month. Man, China really hates crypto and Bitcoin. 2018, media reports led to a short crypto crisis in... Yeah, there we go. 2019, the FUD rages on. 2020, crypto bloodbath. And now the FUD comes to present day, with China Banking Association warning against investing in cryptocurrencies in May 2021. Now again, in last month, the PBOC ordered Chinese banks and mobile payment service providers not to provide banking and settlement services to clients engaged in crypto-related transactions. Moving forward, the total number of times Chinese FUD has failed to kill crypto, 19 times. I think one of my next videos will end up talking about the Bitcoin graveyard and how many times it's been called dead and how it gets stronger every time. So here's a little bit looking back at the same topic. I won't go over this too much longer. I don't want to beat a dead horse. But in 2017, September, China Bitcoin ban sparked the 20K all-time high. So if you think about it, when did Bitcoin come out? The white paper was released in 2018, and it was, I think, online in 2009. So in the 2008 crisis is when it was basically born. And the idea was that it is a scarce asset that can't really be manipulated like the dollar, which is being inflated. So to have a provably scarce asset that is on a public ledger that can be tracked, the aim is to have not just uncensorable transactions, peer-to-peer cash, and true economic freedom. I mean, that's kind of a big thing in and of itself, but if governments are to start adopting this, like what we were talking about with El Salvador, the scarcity of it is going to start driving the price up. Eventually, it will even out and all that good stuff. I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but over time, the more it's attacked, the stronger it gets, is what I was talking about earlier with the anti-fragility. If you just look at a chart over time, it's rising higher lows. Even if it does go down to what I was talking about on my last stream yesterday, I think some of my lower targets were between 12,000 and 19,000. That's still a higher low because the last low was about 3,900 last March, or maybe the March before, with the the Rona drop there. But I mean, honestly, everything tanked in that time. Everything tanked. Like, people needed money. Like, what do you expect? Everything's going to go down. I'm sure gold did too. If we really wanted to go and look at it, we definitely could. Let's check this out. We were already talking about this, the Chivo wallet. Do I got any more news going on here? Oh, yeah. We'll do the charts at the last. My favorite thing. I love gaming. Yep. Anybody in here in gaming? Big fan. Check out links in the description if you want to join me in some games. Got a couple links in there. Any referral links that you decide to click and use, they do support the channel. Much appreciated. So, DeFi gaming. Definitely catalyst to mainstream adoption in decentralized finance. So there's a whole lot to unpack right there. So what is DeFi gaming and what is decentralized finance? So DeFi gaming, if you've ever heard play to earn, there's a lot of games now that are paying you in NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens, to play. Some of them, require a little bit payment up front. But the idea is the tokens that you earn through playing are, one, provably scarce. There's only a certain amount of them. There are characteristics to them, much like any other asset, and you can use them as skins in other games. Sometimes there's a whole lot to it. Do your own research. If you like gaming like I do, definitely a thing to look into. So what do we got going on here? Games simplifying DeFi. DeFi Land, a game designed as a multi-chain agriculture simulation game aimed at enabling a gamified decentralized finance experience, just raised 4.1 in a funding round that saw the participation in over 40 investors. So maybe check out DeFi Land if you're into agriculture simulation. The approach is to help DeFi Land avoid reinventing the wheel. That's Huobi Ventures betting big on DeFi gaming, with an increased wave of institutional capital flowing into the DeFi space. More companies are starting to pay serious attention to the sector. The play to earn model. Okay, that's what I was just talking about. So, apart from investors and project developers fueling the furnace that is play to earn, communities of gamers and NFT lovers are also joining the fray, as seen to with recent developers. All right, so we got like gaming as a tipping point. Like, really, there is such a wide amount of people gaming. Like, this is such a great way for people to get into crypto. Like, if you don't even like care about Bitcoin and all that, like, if you can get paid to play your games, like, you can trade the assets that you earn. Oh, okay. Trade the assets that you earn from playing. Like, such huge potential there. Such huge potential. We're almost done in the a little bit more about Akon gives the play to earn poker. So big shout out for that. NFTs could mark a resurgence in art galleries. So once again, we're talking about things that are provably scarce. So if you are using like virtual reality type things, 3D worlds, and you can have virtual art on display, and you can prove that you're the owner of that, and anyone, possibly going in through their virtual world, going in to view that, maybe you're earning tips on that, potentially. Maybe there's an admission fee coming into the gallery. Maybe you can see where I'm going with this. There's so much potential in having digital galleries and digital art. I didn't really understand it at first. I've done a little bit of a deeper dive, and I'm starting to get it now. Because everything's done digitally nowadays. If you think about the digital version of anything versus the analog physical type version, think about what's a good. All right, let's think about hard pressed records, and let's think about CDs, bringing that to the digital, and then bringing from the CD to the MP3 format. So if you think about the record, you needed a hard piece of physical hardware dedicated to this record to play the media on it. Next, as it progresses into the CD, still kind of the same thing. You still need the same hardware to, reproduce the media on top of it, but, it was miniaturized and it was much more widely adopted. Moving on, now you have the MP3 that you can take straight from that digital disc. Imagine the distribution as time goes on in those digital formats. You are widely able to gain more value by having a wider distribution. When you have the MP3 format, you went from having the physical disc that you needed, the hardware, like, CD player, whether it be the Discman or the CD player in your car, to having the digital MP3 that can be broadcast over the airwaves, sent over the cable lines, any of that. Like, you gain so much value by the distribution, in my opinion. Last one on the news, then we're going to go right into the charts. Snoop Dogg. He's got a $17 million NFT collection. What? QAnon? Alright, anyways. Well, Snoop is not... Alright, hip-hop icon Snoop Dogg has revealed himself to be a NFT collector. Snoop Crypto's punk represent most of his portfolio's monetary value. Wow. With the tokens estimated to be worth $13.19 million. Wow. These little pieces of art right here 5 million, 4.19 million, 1.14 million, 1 million. That's just crazy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people find value, in my opinion. I think a lot of people may agree. Maybe not. I don't know shit. Value comes from what, people, whatever people like, whatever, like, some person is willing to say, hey, I'm willing to put money on that shit. Let's get into these charts here. So what's been going on since we looked at this yesterday? Really, a little more sideways and down. Like, just sideways and down. Really, this was the China news. We got that. Now it's just kind of rolling over, and it's looking like we break about 41.5, 40,700, somewhere in this range. I think we're gonna have some serious oops, sorry about that. So let's do this range. Let's just make that a different color if I can figure out how to do that. Not a big deal if not. So that range right there, I believe once we break between 40,006 and 41.5, we'll call it, I think we're going to have much more continuation to the downside. But you keep zooming in. We're getting that waterfall like right now. It's going down. It's going down. Whoa! So what do we really got going on here? Yeah, look at that. Wow, 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 wow. We are falling off a cliff right now. I mean, it's weekend price action, so, I mean, this is really not the time, in my opinion, to really trust what you see. But, I mean, with all that news that we were seeing about China, talking about yesterday, possible liquidity crisis with Evergrande, it's possible that you see a continued sell-off in the markets. Let's look at Ethereum. Actually, let's finish up on Bitcoin before I go too much further. So we have that range, and I mean, upside. So between 44, almost call it 45 and 46,000. Got that little range right there. That we really, I mean, I guess you could stretch it. That's just really short term. Well, I guess on a daily chart, it's not super short term. Depends on what your definitions are, I suppose. But I mean, I think you have a nice little range starting to be defined here. But the weekend is usually kind of range bound anyways. We probably won't see much of a resolution until, maybe Monday, Tuesday. in heading into consolidation. Like we're just trending down, like losing volatility. RSI is in the like heading into bearish territory. Like probably could, like if we break this range, where are we looking down for the next support level? One thing we can do. Sorry, I just want to get that off real fast. So let's find some actual targets here. Bring the low. And let's get rid of this. Because honestly, we could be due for a bounce. And we have, here's our high, here's our next lower high. And if we actually are looking for the next lower high, we'll probably get rejected somewhere around this. I mean, it's possible. This is just what I think. I don't know shit. Not financial advice, and whatever, this is just what I'm looking at. These are my opinions. Maybe a lower high just right under this 0.236 Fibonacci level here, as it kind of stair steps its way down and makes maybe another lower high around the 44,000 mark, and so on and so forth. Maybe using wicks, maybe that will help a little bit. I suppose some like to use wicks and some like to use candle closes. I'm sure it helps for each different things, different strokes for different folks. Maybe hope for the bulls, maybe somewhere, maybe a reversal around the 38,000 mark. But I mean, who knows? We shall see. Can't be doing that crystal ball type shit. But like, I don't want to get on the longer term type stuff. I did a little bit of that yesterday. Check out yesterday's video if you want some of the longer term type stuff. I'll get more into that on the next video too. So what's been going on since yesterday with Ethereum? Just a little bit more of the sideways and down, just like with Bitcoin. And it looks like we're really starting to, curl over. Yeah. This one is looking like if it starts to take out 2,800, probably move our way down to, what is this? 2,870. That's another about 2% drop ish down to 2,800. Maybe after that, somewhere around 2,720. Just possible relevant levels that it maybe will bounce at. But at some point, I would think it's probably gonna. Weekends are just weird. Like, not a great time to trade. Just kind of watching what's been happening. Really, like I don't think it's gonna break any ranges over the weekend. Probably will bounce. Maybe up as high Well, why not do a Fibonacci on this one as well? Maybe try the wick on here. See if it lines up with any of these other zones. So maybe around 3,500, 3,340 to 3,500. I do think there will be probably a bounce before we go straight into the abyss. So negative. Really sorry about that. Not trying to be negative here. But we are in a downtrend. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see, what do we got next? We're going to be wrapping up the stream pretty soon. Just kind of looking at a couple more charts. Cardano, everyone's darling. How's this one holding up with the rest of the market? We got some heavy volatility wick action right here. Wow, that looks like quite the move right there. Oh, wrong one. 20% move in that short amount of time. Let's zoom in and see what else is going on. It's just kind of melting down now. Is it like every rally is just starting to get sold into? Like, harsh, man. We're at $2.24 for Cardano right now. Wow. Just kind of gaining more and more strength to the downside. The volume just kind of steady down. Smart contracts not. I mean, you can only expect so much when Bitcoin isn't doing well, and China is banning shit for the 9th or 10th time. What else we got going on here? Doge about to go under 20 cents. Binance coin. Oh, not my Binance coins. So this one, it's got such great utility. It burns coins based on the fees generated by Binance. Staking. So much going for it. And still selling off like the rest of the market. Maybe looking for support on the low side of the range around 260. What else we gonna do? Blast through a couple more and then we're done. CRO looks like it's down another 1% since yesterday. Just kind of bleeding out with the rest of the market. This one, if it trades like this, like with all these lower volume, doesn't trade as much. What do we got going on here? Apollo, one of my favorites. Having quite a decent day. Been talking about this one in the Telegram for a bit. Kind of what someone might call a shit coin. But it is the all-in-one coin that they claim to be. They will be having smart contracts. They, if I'm not mistaken, were one of the first blockchains to actually have sharding. Look into that yourself. Check it out. Not a bad day. %30 move on the breakout. Kucoin, good place to get it. Links in the description. That's what I like to use for trading. EGLD, the coin that's got no chill. It's starting to chill a little bit though. Here we go. On Elrond, another one that boasts sharding and high throughput speed on the blockchain. This is one we've had on the radar since, I believe, in about the $60 range. Steve, big shout out to Steve. First brought it on the radar somewhere around $80, but that's where everything was like melting down, and we got into this nice range. $60 is when like you were really starting to see like things coming back up. And it's had a phenomenal run on that higher low. If you were getting it from the higher low at 65, that's a 363% run. Phenomenal EGO. I think that's almost about it. Probably gonna call it a night. I didn't want this one to be as long, but yeah, that didn't happen. Look at Solanas. See what's going on with Solana. Oh, she's not so great. Hasn't really broken any ranges yet, so can't be too concerned, I suppose. But it is absolutely starting. Like if you're on the lower time frames, breaking 134, looking down next towards 124, and I mean I've had this box. This is ultimately, I believe, we're going on 108 to 181. That's a bit of a range, but I think that is, you know, that's the range I think where it's heading out. It's a great project, high throughput, competitor to Ethereum, possibly. Yeah, once again, do your own research, but there are so many blockchains out there. Ethereum and Bitcoin are not the only ones, but they are kind of the kings of what they do. But Solana is definitely a competitor. I think it's about time to wrap this up. All right. If you guys are still in here, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share to any like-minded people. You know, much appreciated. And I'll see you on the next one.